Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden Night.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch it now, Barney! Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll go on the ground. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing on third and long. Weaver, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Patriots have it.
That's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On the give, it's Perkins. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Weber. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going to try and throw. He'll buy some time. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You're so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
This fielded at the 2. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They go play action here on first down. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Gun! Here we go now. Blue 90. Gun! 6 guy. Check.
To throw again. Weber. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Weber. And this one is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move him back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Griffith. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
As we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll run it here. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Weber. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse, still accurately.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open. Became an easy touchdown pass.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down.
Right, here we go.
Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing again. Weaver sliding out of the pocket. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down. Weaver. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Detroit! Detroit! 53 to Mike. 53.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Weaver, he'll buy some time right. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
All right, now look.
They'll try and throw for it here. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. action. They'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Set. 3-19.
Back to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Set. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And the blitz does come. Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New England. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Off play action. Weber looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Fake. Weber, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, Weber. And that is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 19, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now the try here for the point after. The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
That's how we do it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point safely through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This is fielded at the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let them bleed the game out that way.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw. Weber. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Colts on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever.
Green 39. I got him. On me.
Off play action. Weber. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big conversion on third for the Colts. 52 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after that. And he lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Leopard! All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. Weber rolling to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Lucky 56. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Hurry up, here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on